Currently we have three main programs going here in Sweden and also throughout Northern Europe. And the first is a program called The Friend, and the Friend work is literally learning compassion and kindness with yourself so that there isn't a good self and a bad self and someone who's all the time commenting about what's right and what's wrong and someone who's pushed all day long by somebody else inside, that there's a smooth flow of heartful dynamics inside yourself. And from that smooth flow of heartful dynamics, the fundamental realization there's nothing wrong with me. And giving the ground and heart to explore the world from the point of view, there's fundamentally nothing wrong with me. And that I'm meant to be here. The second layer of work that we have is called A Life to Live. And the point of that is, once you realize I'm okay, then comes this curiosity, what am I supposed to do here? Who am I and what's my job here? And I'm not particularly a missionary, that we're all here on missions, but I have the feeling that each of us carries a unique signature, like every snowflake is different, or every tree is different, or every leaf on every tree. Each of us has our own signature. And that signature has something to do with co-creating in this time a new field of love. That signature was created by, you could say the word God, or you could say the universe. It's supposed to be here. And when our signature plays its music, which it's supposed to do, that will have the effect of enriching the whole. So A Life to Live is really about who am I? Am I a fast-moving or a slow-moving? Am I tall? Am I short? Am I furry? Am I scaly? Am I a sea? Am I a bird? There's a wonderful story that I love about all the animals got together once in the forest, and one of the animals said, "How come the people control the whole world and the animals are getting squeezed out?" And another animal said, "Because they're smarter than us." And so a third animal said, "Well, why don't we set up a school so we can be smart too?" And they thought, that's a great idea, so they set up a school for the animals. And then 3 weeks later, all the animals were really depressed. The squirrel had flunked hole digging that was taught by the rabbits. And the snake was lousy at tree climbing, as taught by the squirrels. And the fish was getting nowhere with flying, as taught by the hawks. And they realized that their beauty is in really being themselves. And when you take us and try and make us something that we're not, this depression comes in. Many of us carry qualities of love and intelligence which are waiting to be activated. And if those qualities of love and intelligence are not activated, we'll always feel like something's missing, or be a little bit depressed, or a little bit banged out. If we dare to live who we are, 99% of the problems fall off. And this isn't like you're gonna get some 10 commandments dropped down. It's more like really learning how to be in touch with yourself and trust that this self, once it feels supported, is going to keep unfolding. And as this self unfolds, I'm going to know more and more what it actually is. And if I dare to live what it actually is, it's going to unfold even more and start to offer its gifts. And if I dare to offer those gifts, I'm going to find out even deeper where those gifts come from, like that. The third level of work is called Psychology of Love. It's a year-long program in 4-day sections. And in the Psychology of Love, the starting point is, if I'm really interested in love, what do I need to know in order to love? While love is natural and inbuilt in all of us, it's so conditioned. If you really fall in love, you know that it's a wonderful ride up, and sooner or later a wonderful ride down. How do you keep your heart open in this world? How do you keep your heart open to other people? How do you handle conflict? How do you handle uncertainty, confusion? How do you handle loss? How do you handle bringing a loving heart to the difficult life that we all have to live? For me, there's a lot to learn there. It's not like you can just, you fall in love. The kind of love that most people do is biological falling in love, where it's the best drug you can ever have. When you fall in love, it's like, wow, I'm great, she's great, the whole world is great, yahoo. That's a drug. That's a drug. Another kind of falling in love is, I'm sad, I'm hurting, can I be with myself here? Yes, I can. And what happens when I'm with myself here? I feel very tender. Don't feel so small. I realize if I've been hurt, I bet other people have been also. I feel a lot of people have had their hearts broken, like me. What can I do about that? How can I not be part of the problem, but be more part of the solution here? If you're going to be friends with somebody, someday they're going to hurt you. How do you work with that? How do you embrace that? How do you not cut off the flow of your love just because somebody doesn't do what you want them to? If we don't live the flow of our love, we're not going to be happy people. If you do live the flow of your love, you're going to get hurt. You can handle it if you know how.